Hey, what's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all things Dodger baseball all postseason long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And as always, some of your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think the Dodgers miss Kiké Hernández and Joc Pederson? And do you think it was a mistake not to re-sign those guys and bring them back? And then also, who do you think ultimately has the better career, Alex Verdugo or Gavin Lux? I want your takes down below in the comment section. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. But today I want to talk about the former Dodgers that are killing it around the league. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Kiké Hernández for the Red Sox, Alex Verdugo for the Red Sox, and of course we saw last night Joc Pederson for the Atlanta Braves. But let's start with Kiké Hernández, the hottest hitter on the planet right now. It's Joctober in Boston, and he's straight putting up video game numbers. So far this postseason, he's slashing 500, 514, 1,094, has a 1608 OPS. He's gone 16 for 32. He's hit 5 bombs and hit 4 doubles. Those 5 home runs, that leads all players, and so do the doubles with 4 leads all players in hits. He's just been outstanding. I mean, he's in God mode at the moment. Now, the question is, should the Dodgers have re-signed Kiké Hernández? Should they have tried to bring him back? He signed that 2-year, $14 million deal with the Boston Red Sox, and what he wanted was a chance to play every day. He said himself he wanted those 500 plate appearances, and that's exactly what he got this season. He ended up getting 585 plate appearances. He slashed 250, 337, 449, had a 786 OPS, a 107 OPS plus in the regular season. He ends up hitting 20 home runs. That was one shy of his career high that he set in 2018. But this postseason explosion, this has never happened. Yes, he hit those 3 home runs in the clincher against the Cubs in 2017, but prior to this postseason, the most hits that he had recorded in a postseason series was 4. He did it 3 different times with the Dodgers. He did it in the 2020 NLCS against the Braves, the 2017 NLCS against the Cubs, and the 2015 Division Series against the Mets. But so far this year, he's been outstanding. Against the Rays in the ALDS, he goes 9 for 20 at an OPS of 1329. So far in just 2 games against the Houston Astros in the ALCS, he's gone 6 for 9 with 3 home runs and a double. So this is the hottest hitter on the planet. He is locked in at the plate, but it's not like he ever had this kind of hitting performance or it was ever this hot with the Dodgers in the postseason. So it was tough to expect this to happen. And then also, where would you play him? Would he be in left field? I think every Dodger fan right now would take Kiké Hernández over AJ Pollock in left field at the moment, considering the postseason that Pollock is having, where he's hitting 182 and his postseason struggles continue with the Dodgers. But in the regular season, Pollock had a really nice regular season. He had a 137 OPS plus with 21 bombs, and Kiké had a 107 OPS plus with 20 bombs. So look, Kiké Hernández, I'm happy for him. I'm glad he's having success. If the Dodgers are able to come back down 0-2 against the Braves and they see the Red Sox in the World Series, I think it'll help the Dodgers because they'll know how to attack him. But look what happened last night with Joc Pederson. He was able to get that bomb off of Max Scherzer. So should the Dodgers have brought back Kiké Hernández? Should they have signed him or made an attempt to bring him back? He ends up signing that 2-year, $14 million deal with the Red Sox. Look, there just wasn't a place for him on this team when you consider the contracts that they already had in place. Now, if Kiké was willing to take a 1-year deal at a discounted price, of course you bring him back. But Kiké had to do what was best for Kiké. The banana had to split, and it was time for him to show himself what he could do with a full opportunity, and he's done just that. But then there's the counter argument that what if the Dodgers gave him more of an opportunity to be an everyday player? Where would you put him? Well, based on the guys they have now, you got AJ Pollock in left, you know what they have invested in him, and then you had Gavin Lux coming up to play second. Then ultimately they trade for Trey Turner while still having Corey Seager. So not many places on the diamond to put Kiké Hernández, but I do understand understand if you want to say, okay, what if they just saw this from the beginning? Could he be this player? Well, he never actually proved that he could be this player with the Dodgers, and in the regular season, he was a slightly above average player that has just gone crazy in October. But hey, once a Dodger, always a Dodger, unless he faces the Dodger in October. So would I want this version of Kiké Hernández just tearing it up for the Dodgers? Absolutely. Who wouldn't? It would be great. But hindsight is 2020. There was no way to know that he was going to go off like this, like he has for the Red Sox this postseason. And also, he had to do what was right for him. He wanted to prove that he could be an everyday big leaguer, and the Dodgers didn't present him with that opportunity. It would have been great if he accepted less money to be on this team as a role player, and I definitely think he'd be starting over A.J. Pollock at the moment. There's no question about that, but you just got to feel good about his success. Kudos to Kiké. Hopefully we see him in the World Series. Hopefully we get to the World Series, but let's talk about his teammate, Alex Verdugo, because Doogie is getting down too. This postseason, Alex Verdugo, he's slashing 367, 406, 567 with a 973 OPS, 3 doubles, and 1 dinger. He's gone 11 for 30, and he's been great for them. Now, in the regular season, he slashed 289, 351, 426, had a 777 OPS, and a 106 OPS plus. He ended up hitting 13 home runs, had 63 RBIs, and hit 32 doubles. So he was great for them early on. Towards the middle of the season, had a little slump, but he looks like he's going to be a really solid player for them. Now, the question is, should the Dodgers have included Gavin Lux instead of Alex Verdugo in the Mookie Betts trade? I've heard people talk about that, and in my opinion, I think that Alex Verdugo, he's further along at the moment. There's no question about that, but I still think that Gavin Lux has the higher ceiling between the two players. Verdugo was really hot early on, then he had a slump towards the middle of the season, but he's really picked it up in the postseason, and I really do love his grit. I definitely think he has that clutch gene, that championship DNA. I love the fire, the passion he plays with, and when it comes to Gavin Lux, I think he's really starting to hit his stride. He's getting confident at the plate. He has that poise, and I just think that he has the potential to be a multi-time All-Star. I think Verdugo can be as well, but I still would take Gavin Lux long-term over Verdugo at the moment. Verdugo's 2 years older than Lux. He's 25, Lux is 23, and I still think that Gavin Lux has a lot of room to still grow, and I think that he hasn't come close to realizing his full potential. I think that Verdugo is further along, and he kind of is what he is at this point, which is a really solid big league player. He's at 107 OPS plus. The average is 100. So the reality is I love both these guys. I was a massive fan of Alex Verdugo. I always will be, always be rooting for Doogie in Boston, unless he's playing the Dodgers, of course. And then, of course, we got to talk about Mr. Joctober himself. He's been huge for the Braves. Last night, the big bomb he hit off Max Scherzer, it tied things up. It was the longest home run of the postseason. He hasn't had as many opportunities as Doogie and Kiké, but he's slashing 357, 357, 1,000 with a 1357 OPS, and he's doing what he does. He's hitting bombs. 3 home runs. That's tied for second in the postseason. And when it comes to Joc Pederson, with Max Muncy out, it would be nice to have another left-handed bopper in the lineup like him that can go deep for you, because I think that's something that this current team is missing. And he signed that 1-year deal with the Chicago Cubs, so it would have been easier to retain him than it would have to bring back Kiké Hernández. But he's another guy. He wanted to prove he could play every day. He wouldn't have done that with the Dodgers. So at the end of the day, to me, it's about these guys, except for Verdugo, who was included in a trade. It was about Kiké and Joc graduating from Dodgers University. They've done just that, and they've done well. Look, I feel like that James Vanderbeek meme where you're just crying and you're so proud. And I think some of their success is a testament to the Dodgers' ability to develop players and also their eye for talent. So let's not forget that. But it's nice to see him doing well. It's nice to see Joctober getting it done, unless it's against the Dodgers. Can he just take a break this series? I would appreciate that. But it's new Joc City, same old Joc. But I just hope that he slumps and goes over for the rest of this series. But let me know down below in the comment section, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much are the Dodgers missing Kiké Hernández and Joc Pederson? And also, did they make a mistake by not signing Joc Pederson and Kiké? Should they have done everything in their power to bring them back? And also, who do you think will have the better career in the long run, Gavin Lux or Alex Verdugo? I want your takes down below in the comment section. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. That's at DMac_LA. For all things Dodger baseball, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. For all latest Dodgers Nation merch, head over to gearup.la, download the Dodgers Nation app. For all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.